life is full of stress and worries. The competitive world has given us a challenging life, and many a times we cannot cope up with a fast-paced life, which leads to physical, mental and emotional disorders, which shatter us completely. In the modern world, mental health disorders have become a leading cause of disability globally, exacerbating human health. With the divine blessings of Lord Dhanvantriji, hope lies in Ayurveda. Dr. Navdeep Sharma, a spiritual healer from the city of the Golden Temple. His graduation from Sri Lakshmi Narayan Ayurvedic College, one of the oldest institute in our country, associate with Sri Durgyana Education Foundation. His masters from the University of Madras. His PhD in the role of Ayurvedic herbs in psychological disorders. Listed in the World Book of Records for promoting Ayurveda and developing a chain of Ayurvedic treatment and Panch Karma centers in various parts of the globe.
डॉक्टर नवदीप शर्मा को दुनिया भर में आयुर्वेद का जागरूकता फैलाने के लिए सम्मानित किया गया। लंदन में इंडो यूके लीडरशिप समिट में द वर्ल्ड बुक ऑफ रिकॉर्ड्स ने दिया उत्कृष्ट पुरस्कार।
लंदन में इंडो यूके लीडरशिप समिट का आयोजन, आयुर्वेद को लेकर जागरूकता पर जोर, द वर्ल्ड बुक ऑफ रिकॉर्ड्स ने लोगों को किया सम्मानित।
Commendable Global Recognition Award was received by Dr. Navdeep Sharma and Dr. Monica Sharma on behalf of ND Care Nirogam Private Limited for leading Ayurvedic services at the British Parliament, UK.
ब्रिटेन में बसा भारत का डंका, नवदीप शर्मा और डॉक्टर मोनिका शर्मा को मिला आउटस्टैंडिंग कंट्रीब्यूशन टू आयुर्वेदिक हेल्थ सर्विस पुरस्कार।
Dr. Navdeep Sharma has also been awarded the title of Pranacharya by the Akhil Bharatiya Ayurveda Mahasammellan.
आयुर्वेदिक डॉक्टर नवदीप शर्मा को युवा प्राणाचार्य की उपाधि दी गई। भारतीय आयुर्वेद महासम्मेलन में सम्मानित किया गया। कार्यक्रम में मनोज तिवारी मौजूद रहे।
नवदीप शर्मा को विश्व के सबसे युवा प्राणाचार्य की उपाधि मिली है। अखिल भारतीय आयुर्वेद महासम्मेलन में मनोज तिवारी भी शामिल हुए।
Up next, most trusted Ayurveda based healthcare brand of the year, and it goes to ND Care Nirogam Private Limited. Dr. Navdeep Sharma, Director, to please join us on stage.
देखिए, अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी हमारे लिए बड़े ऑनर्ड हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर रहे हैं, बहुत बड़े लीडर रहे हैं और उनका अवार्ड, उनके सम्मान में किए गए समागम में अवार्ड मिलना अपने आप में बहुत मायने रखता है।
Regular panelist on various national and international media channels.
आते हैं कोरोना संदेश।
सभी व्यूअर्स को मैं डॉक्टर नवदीप शर्मा नमस्कार करता हूँ। पिछले 21 वर्षों से दुनिया भर में आयुर्वेद के माध्यम से मैं इलाज कर रहा हूँ और आज मैं देख पा रहा हूँ कि पूरा विश्व आयुर्वेद की ओर इम्यूनिटी बढ़ाने के लिए एक उम्मीद से देख रहा है। सदियों से ही हमारे यहाँ राजा महाराजा चांदी के बर्तनों में भोजन का सेवन करते थे अपनी इम्यूनिटी को बढ़ाने के लिए। तो आप सबके घरों में चांदी की पायल, बैंगल, पेंडेंट, कोई भी आभूषण हो जिस पात्र में आप पानी स्टोर करते हैं उसमें वो डाल दीजिए। उस पानी का सेवन करने से आपकी इम्यूनिटी जो है वो बेटर रहेगी। शुंठी, मरीच, पिपली, ये 3 हर्ब जो किचन की शोभा बढ़ाती हैं, इनका इस्तेमाल अधिक कीजिए और भस्त्रिका क्रिया अधिक से अधिक कीजिए। 3 चीजों का इस्तेमाल करने से आप हृष्ट पुष्ट रह सकेंगे और कोरोना नामक महामारी को दूर भगा सकेंगे।
Person who is a doctor in Ayurveda, he is designated to work as a surgeon. The person first has done a course of 4.5 years of BMS in which he is taught the allopathic pharmacology, the pathology, then surgery. These all are subjects in Ayurveda. An Ayurvedic doctor has to study both the things, the Ayurveda as well as the allopathic aspect, looking at the modern demands. Now after that is 1 year compulsory internship, where in colleges like Apollo.
So very good day to all. A warm welcome for our viewers joining us from the globe like USA, UK, Canada and beyond on this live interactive session featuring one of the world's senior most Ayurvedic consultant and autism specialist, Dr. Navdeep Sharma ji, who has already proved that everyone has a mountain to climb and autism has not been once mountain, but yet it has been their opportunity for victory. So thank you, Dr. Navdeep Sharma ji, for joining us today. Actually, we have received several questions from our members and they just want your expert advice on that. But before starting your questions, I just want to tell my viewers to join our live session as members and become the part of the same. And because it's a priority to take your questions from the members first. And
So I would also like to thank you because this is an important topic and we generally get across you guys on Wednesdays. And again, it was my duty. This was the international one. And we are again there with you. And your questions are always our priority. And as I always say, autism was a temporary phase in the life of a child if treated time. Now, the timely is really very important. And while many of you are already with their kids in the process of saying goodbye to this disease, and many of you are there with us, with our organization, with our doctors for various other ailments, believe us, when we talk about Ayurveda, it's always authentic Ayurveda that we go for because your safety is utmost important to us. And that is why any herb that we are using, any guidance which we are giving to you, will always taken well care of, that the same combinations are used for you which we won't be hesitant in using for our families. So yes, definitely your questions will be our priority and we'll be moving on to those one by one. Yeah.
okay, Dr. Sir, the first question is from Mr. Ivan, who asks, our son has been undergoing treatment for the past 7 months, and we would like to understand the role of in-house treatment for his recovery. And also, I want to ask, is Panchkarma mandatory for every child?
So I would say there's a mixed answer to this question. And first of all, thanks Ivan for joining us and thank you for taking treatment from us, showing faith on us. And yes, you want to know that Ivan, who is now improving with the help of Ayurveda and who is taking treatment from us, whether he requires Panchkarma and whether he requires in-house treatment with us. So I would like to tell you over here is that see, when we are guiding something to you at your own place, it is our psychotherapy team which guides you. You follow those things and make minute changes in your child's life and they really pay off. But then if you really want a child to come out of autism and come out of it quickly and specifically in a country like US from you are, the time is something which is very tough to manage for a child. We are ourselves taking care of everything, the earning, the daily chores at home. So a very less time is left to work diligently on the child. Whereas a child who's suffering from autism requires at least 4 times more and greater time than a normal child. So when a child comes to us and is there with our in-house treatment, there's a huge team working for your child. Our therapists just act like the parents for your child. They do everything they can do. And with the teamwork and with your involvement in that, that quickens up the treatment. And at the same time, you learn a lot, which is partially learned when we are guiding you through video conferencings and other sessions. So, yes, if it is possible for you, there is no other substitutory in-house treatment that really helps. But for 70 to 80% of you where it is not possible, you still can carry on taking treatments at your own place. That will also be a benefit. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Your guidance and the efforts of your team are really appreciable. And let's moving on to our next question, which comes from Dorothy from UK. And she's saying, hello, doctor. This is Dorothy from UK. And I would like to know how herbs can benefit an autistic child. As parents, we are always concerned about giving medications. What is, can therapies alone ensure a holistic recovery for an autistic child?
So, Dorothy, first of all, your question is pretty genuine. Had I been, if I talk about my kids, I am also very conservative on what I want to give to my kids. Parents are always very tensed when they need to give something to the child to eat. And herbs, although we know that there are no harmful effects of herbs if they are taken under the supervision of a medical advisor, like we have a huge team, there are no such side effects. But still, the parents are really very apprehensive of using herbs. So, you just asked a simple thing, can we do without the herbs? My answer is in some cases, yes, we can do without herbs also, but that requires then a thorough analysis of your child. For that, you need to connect with through video conferencing to a team, or preferably you can be there with at one of our centers for those analysis. But if we talk about the fact that if there is no analysis that has been done as of now, it's always advisable to take herbs because if we can take herbs, herbs can really make a child positive about accepting any kind of guidance which is being given to the child. Because in most of the autistic kids, what we see is that the child is hyperactive. Now, if a child is hyperactive and is not giving any heed to what the parents are guiding the child, if the child is not concentrating, if the child is not responding, at times it will become tough for you as parents to be just relying on those therapies, because the child is not going to listen to you. The child is not going to notice what is being done for him. So over there, if we are using some herbs, those herbs, they really modify the behavior patterns of the child. They make the child less hyperactive. They make the child more in the cognitive skills. The child now starts visualizing what you're doing for him. The child now starts getting involved in any kind of activities that you're doing. And with the help of our experts, which we provide to every patient who's taking treatment from us, those activities are planned in such a way that slowly and gradually the child, he starts showing responses. So yes, if you really want to do without herbs, we are there for you. We have got a lot of stuff without herbs also. But if it's possible for you, if you believe on us, because many of our herbs are FDA inspected, many of our combinations are allowed in most of the countries around the globe. And we are GMP certified, we are ISO certified, we are NABH certified, we are organic certified. You name the certification and we have it with us. The reason for that is your child safety is of utmost important to us. We want to keep your child pretty safe. So don't worry, you are there in UK, and I would also like to add over here, I'll be there in May in UK. I'll be visiting UK in May, so you are welcome. You can meet me over there at that time. Yeah.
Dr. Nadeep, I'm seeing that Ayurveda is getting so much popular these days, and everywhere and globally, it is getting being acknowledged. And you are the one who is doing this, obviously.
I'm not the only one. Yeah, I'm
But you are the
definitely part of it.
Pranacharya of Ayurveda. I've seen that. So, how far was it easy for you to make it a name for the whole households across the world?
Honestly, it's now 2 decades old journey, and it was not at all easy.
Yeah.
In the initial part, whenever we talked about Ayurveda in developed countries like US, UK,
Yeah.
Canada, Australia, when we went over there initially, we were not always welcome over there. So in the beginning part, it was a tough journey. But then
Definitely.
gradually, all thanks to the current government of India also, they are doing so much. Then the Ayush department, they are doing so much for us. Gradually, as the scientific evidence-based treatment has started growing in Ayurveda, that has really helped out a lot. And now, by the grace of Almighty, due to all these
Yeah.
changes which have come in the field of Ayurveda, we now see the educated lot really searching for authentic Ayurveda with us. And it's there where we are different from others. We always try to make Ayurveda authentic for you. We do not go for those ancient pudiyas, those squats, and everything. Everything
Yes.
which we are giving to a child is really very tasty. I'll just show you one of the combinations. You can see now this is Brino RDS, one of our
Okay.
combinations. If you see the packing and the kind in which we are providing it to you, you won't feel it's Ayurveda. Because over here, what we are doing is that
Yes.
these are just dry syrups.
Modernize the Ayurveda.
Yes, this is just like a dry syrup, any other allopathic dry syrup is. So that is very tasty for the child to consume, very convenient with us, very less dosage, and at the same time, it's so safe because there is no metals. We use Ayurveda without using metals. So it's only the herbs which we use so that it remains safe for your child.
That's what's becoming the name for every household across the world. So, not to waste our time, that's very informative from your side. Let's take our next question from. It is from one of our members, which is from India, that is Miss Anita, and who asks, "Dear doctor, what is the best age to start autism treatment to ensure that a completely non-verbal child develops speech and communication skills effectively?"
I'll say as quickly as possible, Nitaji. As quickly as you can do it. Because see what happens is below 4.5 years of age, a child is at a reflex language development age. Now, at that age, if we start the treatment, what happens is the child is already learning a lot from the world around him. We don't need to put in so many of efforts merely by herbs and few techniques which we guide you. It's pretty much possible at your own home that the child will start speaking firstly single words like papa, mama, biscuit, apple, and like this, and then combine two words and then gradually sentences. So the ideal age is as quickly as possible. However, below 12 years of age, if any child is coming to us, till the child is not a teenager, till the hormonal levels, the testosterone level is not very high for the boys, and the other hormonal levels are not very high for the girls,
Okay.
the behavior modification is still pretty much possible. So that's why the ideal age is as younger as possible. But we get so many kids below 12 years where we are able to bring them out of autism, and there are others who approach us pretty late. But we're able to modify the behavior with the help of the herbs which we're using.
Okay, there is one general inquiry from the mom to Farah and Sasha from Nova Scotia. And her inquiry is about what frequent meltdowns and aggressions. And his son is speech delayed also. And what can she do to help her son with frequent meltdown and aggression? He's also speech delayed.
See, when we talk about the frequent meltdowns, the aggression which a child is coming across, the most important thing which you should keep in mind is that your behavior really matters a lot for your child. There are at least 50% of meltdowns which can be avoided if the parents they modify their behavior. Firstly, you need to modify because you very well must be aware that these are the kind of scenarios where I'll get my child meltdown. So aggression will be there in certain scenarios. Cut down those things up to 50%. That is one thing. That is something which will help without even medication. And then we come to certain herbs. There are certain herbs which are pitta pacifying herbs, which are aggression pacifying herbs. One of them is pearl, a mineral. Pearl is something which is an ornamental thing also. Medically, it's calcium carbonate, but technically, if pearl, which is said, if pearl is worn, people say anyone who's having anger issues can wear a pearl. That really helps out a lot. So, if we are consuming that pearl instead, rather than wearing it, and we are consuming it in a proper technical manner, in which Ayurveda has specified of grinding that pearl in gulab jal. After the end of this live session of ours, I'll be sharing a video with my viewers on how that is done. That is done in the classical method. We really enjoy that. So once that is given, it really pacifies the mood to a lot of extent. And then there are certain herbs which are again anger pacifying herbs. One of them is jatamansi. One of them is tagar. There are so many herbs which we use, and we have developed a combination on the name of Brenoir DS. Now that Brenoir DS is for someone who is really having a lot of aggression issues. They're having various varieties of Brenoir which we have developed. But where the parents' major concern is frequent meltdowns, Brainoir DS is something which is the best support for you, for your child, when it comes to frequent meltdowns. Yeah.
We are proving this scientifically that those things are sitting in like astrology. We are proving them scientifically, like
Yes.
pearls and other
See,
things
Pearl,
can be.
when we're talking about
Yes,
astrology, now Pearl is something which works on the moon.
moon. Yes,
And again, it is said that moon is something which controls the mind.
yeah.
So if wearing a pearl can control your mind, eating a pearl
It's for
can even
everyone,
help.
I guess.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's for
it's not
everyone.
for the
We use pearl in so many patients, but the biggest problem is pearl. When we are talking about pearl, you ask for Mukta Pishti from any other organization, they will simply grind moti in the factory. They will do certain processing. I won't say they are doing technically incorrect thing, but they're not doing what is mentioned in the text. So in the video which we'll be sharing, we do it in the Kharal way, in the traditional way. Behind, we do mantrocharan. The mantrocharan is going on, and there is someone sitting and grinding it manually. We don't even use those electrical grinders and all because the basic concept of pearl is cooling. And if we are using electricity, which is heating kind of a thing,
yeah.
in making pearl, the potency will change. Now the pearl will
Yes.
not pacify the anger, the pearl will cause anger.
Okay.
So that's why how a mukta pishti is being prepared really matters a lot. So we use gulab gel for that, and we use the classical method that really makes the pearl work. I can't catch up mukta pishti over here, otherwise I would have shown it. So I'll request my camera person if he has a video of mukta pishti, so he can simply show you a glimpse of that, and the complete video will be played after this live session of ours. Yeah.
That is very insightful of you, Dr. Navdeep, that using the our fundamental things in your Ayurveda. That's really very insightful for us.
Because Ayurveda is
Yeah.
Panchabhautik. We are Panchabhautik.
Yes,
Prithvi,
definitely.
Agni, Jal, Vayu, Akash. We are made up of Panchabhutas, and Ayurveda believes that we need to balance all these
Five
bhutas in our body.
elements.
If we can
Yes.
balance those, we can prevent so many diseases. And that's very easy. Ayurveda is such a easy science to follow. It was in our roots, it was around the globe. Chinese herbology, it came out of Ayurveda. Homeopathy, it developed from Ayurveda. So many things developed from Ayurveda. So if we, being Indians or hailing from Indian roots or being in contact with Indian culture, we just saw so many people around the globe coming in Mahakumbh. We saw that.
Yes, yes,
So if
definitely.
the world is endorsing Ayurvedic culture, if world can endorse Ayurveda, you can't believe that Ayurveda is something which is really going to cause miracles if you endorse it in your life, because Ayurveda says swastasya swasthya rakshanam aturasya vikar prashamna. We need to prevent the occurrence of disease in a person who is healthy. Now, that is the prime concern of Ayurveda. And if by all you do develop a disease, Ayurveda is there to help you out. Ayurveda is not going to let you down. If you follow Ayurveda, Ayurveda won't let you use allopathy. It will prevent all kind of diseases in your body.
You're doing a great job towards the humanity. I must say that. We really appreciate your detailed explanation
pleasure, my
regarding
pleasure.
this. And let's move to the next question. It is from Mr. Surya, and that is from India. And he asked, "Hello, sir. How is ABA therapy at ND Care different from ABA therapy at other centers?"
Now, this is something
How
I
is it
love
going?
to answer. So, Suryaji, thanks a lot for asking that question. You really have asked me something which I really like to speak a lot about. Now, when we talk about ABA, ABA is applied behavior analysis.
Yes.
Now, the very first concept is wrongly done in most of the centers. Applied behavior analysis. Every child is different.
Yes.
The behavior of every autistic kid is different. The behavior of every normal individual is different. We are all different from each other. If we are to work on the behavior of someone, we need to analyze the behavior. If you go to any ABA center, they will start working on your child from the very first day. They will start doing those OT techniques for your child. Where are they analyzing? We are the only organization who will force you up that share the videos of your child in a neutral environment at home so that we can firstly analyze the behavior. And then our ABA experts, they will be getting in touch with you. Those ABA experts, when they get in touch with you, those ABA experts then know the behavior of your child. And when they know the behavior of your child, it's after that that they can work on the behavior of your child. And most of the ABA which we follow is non-command based ABA. In majority of the centers, the ABA which is being followed is command based ABA. A command based ABA is never going to bring your child out of that autistic phase. So that is why we are entirely different from any other person who is doing ABA.
Behavior works, I guess.
Yeah, it really
Every
works.
behavior, every person, brain is
It
different,
works
behavior
not
is
just for
different.
humans, for every species.
Yeah.
If you
If-
have a pet, you pet him
Yes.
and you
Behavior
can see the
is
emotions over
different.
there. Yeah.
Yes, definitely, sir. That is very insightful of you. Now, move to the next question. And next question is from Miss Nisha, and that is from also India. And she asks, "Hello, doctor. We want treatment for our daughter. And is it possible for me to visit Hicksville to pick up the herbs directly from there?"
See, when we talk about our Hicksville Center, we are having a very nice center over there in Hicksville. Panchakarma can be done over there. You guys can travel over there for Panchakarma. But I would like to tell you that it's not a OPD center. It's a Panchakarma center. It's not a medicine center. It's a Panchakarma center.
Okay.
Because government in US, it doesn't allow certain things of Ayurveda over there in US. And now the new president, we are really worried about the rules getting further tougher. How much shall be allowed over there? But yes, luckily there are some Panchakarma therapies which are allowed over there. That is why we are running the Hicksville Panchakarma Center over there. The owner is Mrs. Jyoti S. Sharma, who is really an expert in doing all kind of Panchakarma therapies over there. So yes, you can always travel over there for getting Panchakarma done for your child, but for medicine collection, we're really sorry to say that we are not allowed to store medicines over there in US. Although our medicines, when they enter in US, they are FDA inspected, FDA allows that. We are not doing anything illegal, but having a legalized medicine and keeping a stock of medicine over there of certain herbs which are useful for your child, like for example jatamansi, that's not allowed in US because there are some herbs which come under Wildlife Endangerment Act. So government of US doesn't allow those. That's why please visit our Hicksville Center, but for your Panchkarma therapies. And when I'm over there, because once every 6 months I visit over there, and my next visit will be in the beginning of June. You're welcome over there. You can meet me over there.
I guess you will get your answer. And here I want to remember my viewers that question and answers live session is going on. If you want to be the part of this, just click the join button and be the part of this question and answer session. And Dr. Navdeep, our next question, should we move to that?
Oh, yes, sure, sure.
Okay, our next question is from that maybe many parents can relate to this question, I can guess, who are having autistic child. This question is from Ms. Darla, and she's saying, "Hello, doctor. We have been taking treatments for past 9 to 10 months, and his child has been shown significant improvement. However, our only concern is speech. While she has recently started saying a few words, it is still not age appropriate. What can be done to improve the speech development?"
See, the best part is, as you just mentioned in the beginning, that now words have started. Now, that is the most important thing.
Yes.
Della, what happens is words are the toughest thing to get for a child. So, the good thing is now she's saying some words. Gradually, as they keep on doing ABA, as the ABA is done regularly, or if they can plan a visit being there with us, we can very quickly change these words into 2 words, sentences, and everything. And even if it's not possible for you to do that, in that case, we shall require a more frequent ABA session for your child. So once we know that now the child has started saying some words, it's always better if we can at that stage increase the number of ABA sessions, and we can also do some home panchakarma curriculums. We also have some developed curriculums which are home panchakarma curriculums, which are to be done for those children where the parents they are not getting visas for our country, where there are certain challenges. There you can go for the home panchakarma curriculum also. So don't worry, your child is showing improvement, and it's just 7 months that we have joined with each other. You will see miraculous changes further coming our way.
Okay, Dr. Navdeep, I just want to know for my knowledge that the live session is we are going on and you are doing like miracles in Ayurveda. Any disease can be cured through an Ayurveda, you can say.
Again, the answer is yes and no. When we say
How
yes,
say that?
when we say yes, no, this is very important question once again. Every other day we come across people advertising Ayurveda just like anything. People will say go for cancer, go for kidney failure, go
Yeah.
for arthritis, go for HIV, go for so many things, and Ayurveda will cure you. How is that practically possible? Had Ayurveda been having the power of curing every soul on this earth, then people of Satyug would have been living till now. We won't have had anyone going away from
Yes,
this earth.
and
They would have been over here. So yes, definitely there are diseases which are incurable in Ayurveda also. We see them as a sadhya vyadis. But then luckily, majority lifestyle disorders which are considered incurable, or where the modern allopathic medical sciences are not very promising, they are causing too much of problem, they are very expensive. Over there, in the ailments which are critical nowadays, if you try Ayurveda, it's really going to work. And in simple ailments, especially, you should try Ayurveda. Why do you go for a pantoprazole or omeprazole or rabeprazole or Acelog for your simple acidity? Why don't you use Amla? Why don't you use Ayurvedic combinations? We have a very nice combination on the name of Care, which contains Patolapatra in it. Why do you use Gelusil and why do you use other things? So I just quoted an example of simple acidity. There are so many things, migraine, obesity, there are n number of things. I don't want to name diseases because then it will be just like saying that yes, it can be done. So what I would like to say is, if you believe on Ayurveda, share your details with us. Share the disease condition with us.
okay.
None of the disease is completely incurable, and it's not a case that everything is curable in Ayurveda.
Okay. Both can go hand in hand, we
Yes.
can say.
Yeah.
It can be cured, and some diseases which need
It depends
more
upon the condition also. See,
condition
if
and
someone is suffering from a fourth stage cancer and the doctors
yes,
over there in the allopathy says that take him at home, he won't survive for next say a week.
yes,
And we know that nothing is going inside, it is spread everywhere, the person is vomiting. Now at that stage, if we are expecting Ayurveda to cure, maybe in one of the cases out of 1,000, it can be done. But that is wrong that by doing it for one patient, we start claiming it for everyone. Because when we say Ayurveda can do, we nowhere say that chemotherapy cannot do. There are
okay,
people where chemotherapy saves lives. There are
yes,
people where radiotherapy saves life.
right.
Merely by saying false about allopathy, merely by tarnishing allopathy, why do we want to play with the lives of all those who can get improvement from there? And yes, Ayurveda also can help in first stage cancer, in second stage cancer.
Okay,
If the person comes in Ayurveda at a proper time, Ayurveda works miraculously. We may not require chemo and radio over there. If someone comes to Ayurveda after getting a surgery done for cancer, Ayurveda again drastically reduces the recurrence of cancer, which is one of the major causes of death in cancer patients. So there are a lot of things which can be done in Ayurveda, but yes, Ayurveda has its own limitations also. Yeah.
Miracles do happen.
Yeah, they do happen. They do happen.
Dr. Nadeep, there is one question from our member. He just want to confirm one thing that when a child is autistic, you just come to know that a child is autistic. Do you connect it with the pregnancy flaws?
In certain cases, in 10% of the cases,
Okay.
where a child is delayed growing child, or a child is a child which has been done through IVF at a very advanced age of a female, or a child at the time of delivery had certain chances of hypoxia,
Okay.
there was a problem C-section, or there was some chromosomal aberration. Over there, in such cases, yes, in 10% of the cases, there may be underlying brain condition which is causing your child to be autistic. But in 90% of the cases, it's only for the mind. Your child is not enjoying the world around him. We need to involve your child in this world. We need to tell him and show him that the world is good. The parents need to show compassion. The parents need to show love in the way the child understands. With the instance of the globalization, the commercialization, the mobile creeping in, the TV creeping in, nowadays life has become such a robotic that the tender ones, the young ones, and handed over mobiles. The screen time is so high. As a result of that, they feel that the virtual world they are watching over there on their TVs is the actual world, is the real world, and the world which they are watching in actuality, the parents and all are the unreal ones. So that confuses the child. The child doesn't develop a bond around with the world around the child. That is why autism is becoming so common in children.
Yes.
But then there are 10% cases where there may be underlying organic disease also for the child.
What is your advice to parents to be?
See, for the parents, I would also say have a single kid, have two kids, it doesn't matter. But if you are bringing a soul in this earth, you have some liabilities and duties for the child. God the Almighty has blessed you with a normal child. At least in majority of the autistic kids, I see that the child is perfectly all right. The child had the complete capability of being all right. In some cases, due to relation disturbances between the male and the female. In some cases, due to non-acceptability by the in-laws. In some cases, both the parents being socially active and inactive at home. In some cases, no one bothering to take the responsibility of bringing the child. There was a movie in Punjabi, the name was Honsla, Rak Honsla. For
Yeah.
those of you who watch Punjabi movies.
Yes.
Now, in that movie, what happened? Nobody was willing to take the child.
Take the child.
Honsla was left over for the
Yeah.
parents. She wanted him to pick him up, and he wanted her to have it. Neither the grandparents were ready to accept the child. So such is the ply nowadays that we don't have time for children. So if we can bring a soul on this earth, if God, who has brought so many souls on this earth, takes care of each one of us sleeps, we get up the next day, we are perfectly all right. Think of it. You might be having headache the last evening, but when you have a nice sleep,
Yeah.
you wake up the next day, you're perfectly all right. You might be stressed the previous day, you wake up the next day, you are happy. God takes care of each and every soul. We are only to take care of a single soul whom we have brought on this earth, and it's our utmost duty to take care of our young ones. If we take care of our young ones, let's say that we can make the world autism free, if we can say polio free,
Yes.
if we say that tuberculosis free, why not autism free? Where was this autism 40 years back?
No,
Nowhere.
it was not.
So why we have so much of autism now? So for all the parents, give ample time to your children. If you are giving children the time which they require, your child will say goodbye to autism. And for ensuring that you are guided in a proper way, the helpline numbers are always there at your service. We are 24/7.
Yeah.
We are just a click away. If you are having any kind of financial constraints, our Amritsar Charitable Center is there at your help.
That's
And if you are someone who wants the best of treatment, who is blessed by God that Almighty with the comfort of finances, our Chandigarh Center is something which you should be visiting. So for today, we shall be taking a break from you as of now. It was nice being with you, and generally we see hosts thanking the guest, but it's other way around. I enjoyed the host, asking the questions. So I would thank the host and I would thank all of you for
Enjoyed
being
it.
there with us. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Autism is a temporary phase in the life of a child if treated timely.
Patient name Parth, age 3 years, disease autism. Chief complaints: speech delay, hyperactivity, irritative behavior, less interaction, less understanding. The parents of the child consulted Dr. Navdeep Sharma on April 2023 at 1:09 p.m. and felt the scope of treatment to work for the child. He did not respond clearly and showed irritative behavior most of the times.
करो
आ जाएगा वो.
कलर करो. वेरी गुड पार्ट. कलर करो. नो, इस हैंड से कर. वेरी गुड. इसके अंदर रख दो. वेरी गुड. पापा का हैंड, दीदी का हैंड पकड़ो. हैंड. चलो. वेरी गुड. खाओ. वेरी गुड. हेलो पेरेंट्स. पार्थ हेलो करो. हेलो करो. ये पार्थ है, मेरा बेटा. 4 साल का होने वाला है. लास्ट ईयर जुलाई में हम डॉक्टर नवदीप शर्मा सर के यहाँ पहुँचे थे. हमें एक सर ने मेरे बताया था सर के बारे में. हमने सोचा भी नहीं था कि आज 9 महीने में पार्थ मम्मा पापा हमसे बोलेगा इतनी जल्दी. हम तो मतलब बड़ा एक माँ पेरेंट्स के लिए एक रहता है कि कब हम मम्मा पापा सुनेंगे पार्थ के मुंह से. आज पार्थ मम्मा पापा और विद सेंस सब कुछ बोलता है. भगवान की कृपा से और सर की मेडिसिन और सर के गाइडेंस से आज 9 महीने में पार्थ एक नियर टू नॉर्मल लाइफ जी रहा है. और स्कूल में भी पार्थ प्ले ग्रुप में था. अभी जस्ट 15 दिन पहले ही स्कूल में मैम ने बोला कि पार्थ को हम नर्सरी में भेजेंगे. और जो सर ने जो लाइफ में हमारी खुशियाँ दी हैं, बहुत पेरेंट्स के लिए इससे ज़्यादा और क्या हो सकता है कि उसका बच्चा इतनी जल्दी और इतना अच्छा इम्प्रूवमेंट हो जाए. एक पेरेंट्स के लिए बहुत बड़ी बात है. थैंक यू सर. थैंक यू वेरी मच हमारी लाइफ में इतनी बड़ी खुशियाँ देने के लिए. थैंक यू एंडी निरोगम.
Autism is a temporary phase in the life of a child if treated timely.
Patient name Vivan, age 4.5 years old, disease autism. Chief complaints: speech delay, less understanding ability, inexpressive, sensory issues, lack of focus. The parents of the child consulted Dr. Navdeep Sharma on 27th November 2022 at 11:00 a.m. and felt the scope of treatment to work for the child. The chief complaints were speech delay, unable to write, and sensory issues. The child could not write by himself. He was also not very socially active. Throughout the treatment, significant improvement was seen in the child. He started writing on his own, gave answers, and also became active. He started interacting more and gave answers instantly. His focus also saw an improvement. He also participated voluntarily in activities and also excelled academically. Instant responses were also seen within a few months of treatment. With improved attention span, he became quick in recognizing and mind games as well. He was able to interact more with peers, participate in class, and also understand things in a better way.
हाय, मेरा नाम प्रिया है एंड मेरा बेटा है 5 साल का होने वाला है. एंड मुझे नवदीप सर से मेडिसिन लेते हुए मोर देन 1 ईयर हो गया है. एंड आई हैव चेंज लाइक आई हैव सीन इमेंस चेंज इन माय सन. लाइक जब हम यहाँ पे आए थे तो ही वॉज लाइक वो एक वर्ड ही बोलता था. एंड जब से हमने मेडिसिन शुरू की है एंड मेडिसिन के साथ साथ शिरोधारा भी इसकी मोर देन 1 ईयर से चल रही है. एंड विद कंटिन्यूटी ऑफ दिस मेडिसिन एंड ऑल उसमें ड्रास्टिक चेंज है. जैसे अभी वो सब कुछ अपनी चीज़ें 99% अपनी चीज़ें वो बता पाता है ईजिली. एंड दैट टू दे स्टार्टेड मेकिंग फुल सेंटेंसेज ऑल्सो. क्लास में भी अकेडमिकली ही इज़ गोइंग सुपरबली ऑसम. ही हैज़ स्कोर्ड 88% इन हिज लास्ट टर्म. एंड जहाँ पे जब वो नर्सरी में था ही जस्ट स्कोर्ड 55%, नॉट इवन 50%. एंड अभी जस्ट टर्म ए में ही इज़ इन जूनियर केजी. अभी टर्म ए में उसके 88% नंबर आए हैं. नाउ ही हैज स्टार्टेड राइटिंग ऑल्सो. पहले वो मतलब पकड़ के लिखता था, पेंसिल पकड़ के, उसका ग्रिप भी प्रॉपर नहीं था. बट अब वो लिखने भी लग गया है. प्लस मुझे जो मेडिसिन से जो मुझे मेन फ़र्क दिखा है दैट इज़ सेंस. जो मुझे चाहिए था कि सेंस में थोड़ी सी डेवलपमेंट. पहले उसको फ़र्क ही नहीं पड़ता था कि कोई घर में आ रहा है जा रहा है. वो जस्ट कमांड वाइज ही चल रहा था. लाइक ही स्टार्टेड फॉलोइंग माई कमांड्स. लेकिन अपने दिमाग से वो कुछ नहीं कर रहा था. बट जब से मेडिसिन लेना शुरू किया आफ्टर 3 मंथ्स मुझे ज़्यादा चेंजेस दिखे हैं. 3 मंथ्स में धीरे धीरे चेंज आए. अब विद इन अ ईयर तो ड्रास्टिक चेंज है. जैसे उसको देख के आप बोल ही नहीं सकते हो कि दैट ही हैड माइल्ड ऑटिज्म, तो उसको माइल्ड ऑटिज्म ही था, बट अब वो माइल्ड ऑटिज्म के स्पेक्ट्रम से भी निकल गए, अब जस्ट उसके थोड़े थोड़े सिम्टम्स रह गए हैं। एंड वी आर स्टिल इन टच विद नवदीप सर, वी आर स्टिल टेकिंग द मेडिसिन, उनकी जो भी गाइडलाइंस है, बीट डाइट, बीट उनका यंत्र, वी आर डूइंग दैट रिलीजियसली एंड आई मीन इट। विद दैट हम उनको हीलिंग म्यूजिक भी सिखाते हैं, जिससे बच्चा इंटरनली भी हील होता है, मेडिसिन हम दे रहे हैं। सो आई एम क्वाइट हैप्पी विद दी मेडिसिन एंड फैसिलिटीज, द डॉक्टर्स आर एवरी टाइम अवेलेबल। और मुझे हफ्ते में, 1 साल से ज़्यादा हो गया, मुझे हफ्ते में 1 कॉल ज़रूर आता है यहाँ से, दैट यू नो वेदर द थिंग्स आर गोइंग राइट, विवान के बारे में दे आस्क कि वो कैसा चल रहा है। तो लाइक दे आर इन टच, द होल टीम इज इन टच विद मी मोर देन 1 ईयर। मेडिसिन यहाँ पे टाइम से आ रही है, हमें घर पे डिलीवरी मिल जाती है, जब हमें आना होता है नवदीप सर के हमें कॉल्स आ जाते हैं दैट यू नो वो अवेलेबल है इफ़ यू वांट टू मीट। तो द एज अ क्रक्स आई एम सैटिस्फाइड विद द मेडिसिन ऑल्सो एंड विद द स्टाफ ऑल्सो। थैंक यू।
Autism is a temporary phase in the life of a child if treated timely.
Patient name Bhanu Pratap, age 6.7 years old, disease autism. Chief complaints: hyperactivity, speech delay, communication, short sitting, problem with understanding. The parents of the child consulted Dr. Navdeep Sharma on 2nd November 2022 at 11 o'clock am and felt the scope of treatment to work for the child. The chief complaints of the parents of the child were hyperactivity, speech delay and short periods of sitting. The child also did not communicate much. Within a year of treatment from ND Care, a significant improvement was witnessed in the child. His condition showed positive results with reduced hyperactivity, improved speech, better understanding and longer sitting. He even communicated and expressed his feelings in detail. Participation amongst peers has also increased. The child also participated actively in his school activities and showcased confidence.
बच्चे का ट्रीटमेंट हमारा चल रहा है, तो हमारे बच्चे की बहुत अच्छी इम्प्रूवमेंट है। पहले तो हमारा बच्चा बात भी नहीं करता था, कोई समझता नहीं था, अब इसमें स्पीच भी आई है, अंडरस्टैंडिंग आई है जी। अभी मतलब बैठ जाता है, पहले 10 मिनट भी बैठता था, तो काफ़ी इम्प्रूवमेंट हुई है बच्चे में, पहले कुछ भी नहीं था। तो सारी हमारे लिए भगवान है, मतलब पहले हमें पता भी नहीं था, सरकार को पता होता तो हम पहले से ट्रीटमेंट स्टार्ट कर देते, तो हम खुश हैं अपने बच्चे के लिए।